What it do? Cool question for you, brother. What is exactly the void that you look to fill with people, specifically beautiful women, that you can't fill either with friends, by yourself, one of those two, or not fill? So let's talk about this. So let's say like there's a feeling of like incompleteness that comes from, okay, I don't have something in my life, and I believe that if I have this, my life will be better. Is that even possible? Are there things that make life better? The question becomes, so let's go with the basic, okay, I don't, whatever, you don't have water, you don't have food, your life is quote unquote worse, right? Okay, cool. So how does it work? Like I'm trying to think number wise. Let's say I want to measure how good your life is on a number, what 0 to 100, right? That's the whole point. Let's analyze this and let's somehow get all the factors into your life and put it into a number. So I have water, I have food, I have all these things. My life is better. Am I aware of it? Do I still have problems? Yes. Like if you're not aware of the fact that your borderline is like you're the worst state you can be is already so far ahead. Let's say I don't have water. Okay, I'm someone who doesn't have access to water, and like my life sucks, obviously, or maybe my life sucks. I don't know. The question is between a person who is grateful, present, and appreciative and doesn't have water, and between someone who has water but isn't grateful, appreciative, or present, who is living the better life? What the question is actually what influences this numerical value of a best life more? Access to water and stuff, or mindfulness and things like that of the fact that you do have water and don't have water, or whatever you do have? What impacts that more? That's the question, not which one. Yeah, that's a better wording of it. So having that in mind, if we say awareness is the number one thing, so that would be the obviously first thing to work on. After that, then obviously, you want water, you want food, you want all those things. So maybe that awareness is number one, but all those other things also do play a role in a better life. Okay, so I like that. So awareness would be number one, other stuff comes second. Sure, whatever, I could be wrong, that's fine. But for right now, for the sake of this conversation, let us presuppose that. Okay, cool. Then, if that's the case, the void that needs to be filled is what? Like, why is there a void at all to begin with if it's not a necessity? I don't know. Like, when is there a desire for something? I guess when you feel like your life would be better with that thing. And the question then becomes like, does your life actually get better? Does your life get better in the process of that pursuit? But depending on the balance of your drive, yeah, for sure. But the actual outcome itself doesn't, I don't think, makes your life better sometimes. But then it depends on like the question then becomes which outcome, like so water and food, I guess if you would say, in shelter, or some of those things you say does make life better. What are some of the things that don't make your life better? Nicer clothes, things like that. But like, what is that distinction? You'd have to create a group of elements, say these are essential to your survival. And then, I mean, there is diminishing return as well. Like that first drop of water is great. Between having 100% clean water and 95, as if the person is not aware, there's no difference. Um, so, okay, so we talked about mindfulness. Yeah, so there's a lack. So you feel like you don't have something. So companionship, let's just say that's one. Okay, I really want companionship. Is it because part of my head thinks my life will be better with that? Why? That means that's just an irrational part. Can I rationally get myself to not think like that? Is another question. Is it even possible to rationally outgrow that thought? So what thoughts can you outgrow? Can you outgrow thoughts that were given to you as a child, like starting day one? Even if you remove it from, but I guess the thought doesn't matter. I guess it's the only thing that matters is action. So how do you act lonely? You masturbate. That's a big one. That's how you act lonely. Feelings, I guess, don't matter. What matters is the action that comes out of any feeling. As we connected to Mylan's conversation, that's great. Okay, so let's be action focused and let's put feelings to the side for right now. Let's assume that every feeling is tied to an action. And you can't change the feeling, but you can change those actions. And the goal is not to change the feeling, change the action. Okay, so masturbation when you feel lonely, loss of motivation, and then that leads to what? Loss of motivation. It's not like I'm watching TV, so when I am not motivated, I maybe like force myself through things. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm always doing something to keep my mind peaked. Okay. Cool. So, what exactly is it that you're lacking, though? Let me send this text real quick as I talk about being. Okay. Maybe what it comes down to is I want to be appreciated, but like why? I don't know. What is this? There is one feeling that controls my whole life. Possibly it is that I feel like because of my feet and my legs that I am not enough of a man and enough of a human being that I'm worthy of love maybe or worthy of affection, worthy of being seen because I am weak maybe. Because of my brown complexion, the CD, the snip, the like does one lead to all those other insecurities or is each insecurity its own? The fundamental thought is be appreciated by who? The world? It makes no sense. Who am I appreciated by? I mean, my like few individuals. Like, what would happen if I just went off the grid? Would anyone care? Obviously, that's not the point. I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously people are gonna care. So, what does the role of beauty play in this? Like, if what you want is acknowledgement, why does it care who it comes from? There is an aspect of this that is fascinated of me, that is fascinated by beauty, which is just stupid. Beauty is beautiful, but not enough to impact your life. But look, like at the end of the day, like feeling is something rational thinking. I would say texting. I'm sad, man. I'm in a desperate place, but not really. Like I'm not actually in a desperate place. I just don't care. So I'm like evading a lot of social norms to get what I want.